on the Siren post-match reaction couch edition. Where do I begin? Can't say I was surprised. Can't say I'm too distraught or too flat or anything like that. Game kind of played out how I expected it to, really. I think a lot of us did as well. We brought the effort and intent at times and were able to wrestle the game on our turns, but it was very, very evident from very early in the game, just the gap in quality between these two teams. Their just ability to move the ball from end to end to just make the make the ground look so big and have so much space, and then for them to make it feel so small and so compact when we've got the ball is just the difference between these two teams. Their skills obviously very good, ours not very good. They punished our mistakes. We, took some advantages when we had our moments, but it didn't really make any sense. We took some of our opportunities, but, it was pretty obvious from quarter time that they were the far better side. We could have been 30 points down at quarter time if they'd kicked straight, but they didn't. And then, it was nice to fight back, nice to have a bit of belief there at times, but they're a good team. They're probably premiership favourites now. I think they've won 5 or 6 in a row. The team is stacked end to end, so many great players. They brought in more great players over the off-season with Perryman and Houston. Membry as well was good for them. Yeah, just is what it is. Obviously don't like losing on Anzac Day, although we're pretty used to it now. I think they've got 8 more wins than us on Anzac Day, maybe, or 7. But that's just the nature of the beast, really. They're a good team. And, I hate to say it, but they could win a flag this year. Absolutely. For us, what did I like? I like Zach Reid. I'm a big Zach Reid man, as many of you would know. Thought he had a really good game. Took some really good contested marks, some really good intercepts. Didn't really have his colours lowered at all throughout the day. Just a really, really great performance from him. And rap for Reedy. He's obviously someone we really, really, really like and want to see more of. So, stoked about him. Thought he had a really good game. Nate Caddy had some pretty impressive moments. He's he's going to be something. He really is. I think he had he finished with 2 goals in the end. Could have had 4. He's got something special about him. I think I said before, he kind of reminds me of a young Jack Rewalt in the way he kind of jumps at everything, but also is quite able to find the ball, get quite a few possessions as a forward at times. They were talking on the commentary a fair bit about how he probably should have been deeper to goal, him or Wright, just to kind of give us that option. I think that was a fair point. That might be a coaching directive, I'm not sure, in which case was probably a mistake. They obviously spoke about how there were some communication issues in the coaching box, but look, I don't think that was the reason we lost the game. Cads is going to be something special. Obviously made a couple of big clangers and cost us a goal at one point, missed a couple of his own, but he's going to be something. That's for certain. Does I liked, particularly in that second, had some pretty good moments. It was kind of weird how they were kind of matching up with Dacos, because he kind of went to him at times and he didn't, and then Merritt kind of went to him, and then we kind of just let him do his thing, and he certainly punished us. Who else I like? Hobbsy had some good moments. Kako had some good moments. I thought Andy McGrath mainly had a pretty good game. Bobby Hill kicked that unbelievable goal, and I felt he did a pretty good job. I know he had a couple of bad clangers towards the end then, but I think overall it was a better game for him on reflection. But yeah, just some of our ball movement at times. Like, I didn't think Mason Redmond was great. Mackay was okay. I didn't think he was particularly bad. Ridley was all right. Our mids weren't, some of the inside mids weren't great, like Setterfield and Shield, compared to last week and stuff weren't there. But, that's the difference between playing West Coast and Melbourne versus Collingwood. Like, that's just it, We good to see we beat crap sides, but this is a different kettle of fish. I think I'd like to see Sardis play against North Melbourne. It's a Thursday night and it's a shorter turnaround. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with Shield because he was kind of out with a bit of a problem late, but I wouldn't mind seeing Sardis come in to play North. Don't know about Harrison Jones at the moment. I don't know, like this wing high half forward thing, like it just seemed at times that we were just our forward pressure was really lacking at times. Like I know there was a few fleeting moments here and there and passages where we had it, but like our inability to have like a defensive forward on Josh Dacos, for instance, it's like surely at quarter time it's like, hey, okay, this guy's getting so much of the footy and yes, we can punish him the other way because he's not a great defender. But there just wasn't really much applied to him. And then late in the game, like obviously he kind of had one-on-ones with Kako, which he won, which was, fair enough. Like Kako's a kid, but just didn't seem like we weren't able to make any moves. And the problem with having Wright, Langford, Perkins, Caddy, Jones in the team is that they're just not good pressure players. They're just not. And it was a wet day. You take out Menzies, who brings more pressure than those guys do, and it shows. Like when it was funny how like when it was seemingly a little bit dry and we were able to get our marking game going, we looked really good. But then when that was taken away from us, we couldn't do it. So yeah, I don't know about Harry Jones at the moment. Like I thought he started the season really well, but the last couple of weeks I've been a bit like, where is your future? Where on the field? Is it at Essendon? I don't know. He's one that, I'm just a bit not sure about because I do feel like at times we really can lose the balance of this forward line. And, it is a pressure game. And I think you need to have players who are bringing that pressure. And they just, their pressure is unbelievable compared to ours. So, anyway, sad to have the loss. Not surprised. Not that flat. Kind of is what it is. I think we're all expecting it. I know I was jokingly on Thursday saying that we'd win. But I think we all kind of knew coming into this game that it probably wasn't going to be our day. Obviously it would have been great to have Caldwell out there, have Drapes out there. But this is footy. You're going to miss key players and, they're a team who are contending for a flag and we're trying to rebuild. We're at two very different stages. So, anyway, shit to get the loss, but I'm not distraught. Kind of what we expected. Zach Reed's a gun. Nate Caddy's going to be a superstar. See you next week.